My mic has been muted the whole time. Oh my. Okay. This is embarrassing. Okay. Let me start over. Welcome to the countdown to Deathsaurus. Deathsaurus' funding. It will be. Let's see if I can add a timer here. This is a very impromptu thing. It's a very impromptu thing, but I just wanted to watch the source as it counts down, or as it closes in on its goal. So to recap what I was trying to say when I was on mute just now, of course, Deathsaurus is the leader of the Decepticons in the Japanese continuity of Transformers Victory. He succeeded Megatron, and I believe Overlord was also the leader between them. Scorponok, I think, was a leader at some point. I don't know. It comes and goes. But yeah, eventually, Deathsaurus became the leader of the Decepticons, and his rival is Starsaber, leader of the Autobots, and other faction leaders in Transformers Victory, the 1989 Transformers animated series from Japan. Where's my Transformers chat? Yeah, so just watching it as it counts, as it gets to where it gets to its goal. Watching it as it gets to its goal. I don't know words. Just gonna watch Deathsaurus as it inches closer to completion in 33 minutes. Let me add a little timer here. If I can get Snaz up, which I probably can't, because Snaz has been giving me trouble. But I'll give it a shot. So right now we're at 24,953. So what I was saying, like I said, they did a campaign for Victory Saber, the combined form of Star Saber and Victory Leo, last year, which is currently shipping. Mine's scheduled to arrive by Friday. And that campaign, the two campaigns, Victory Saber and Deathsaurus, have the same. They cost the same amount, $180. They require the same amount of initial backers at 11,000 to be considered fully funded. But Victory Saber, each of them have tiers every 3,000 additional unlocked tiers at 3,000 every 3,000 additional backers. Victory Saber had 3. Deathsaurus only has 2, and it's speculated this is because they anticipated it not selling as well for a variety of reasons. Decepticons don't sell as well. Especially in Japan. So that was a theory. That it might also be COVID concerns, or just people not having the money. Both the huge inflation all this year, and just not having stuff to add a third tier. I mean, there's stuff they could have added for sure. They could have given the toy accurate gun, and could have added other characters. Well, that might be a bit of a reach, but. As it is, I think it's fine. The stretch goals for Victory Saber, they didn't need 3. Especially because one was just some Micromasters and Blast Effects. Oh, excuse me. So, I think it's fine with 2. But honestly, it's looking much closer than we anticipated. It only crossed 17,000, I think, this morning. Or maybe it was yesterday. I don't even know. Time's a blur. Anyway, it's been the Monday surge today was huge. It crossed 20K, and now it's up to 24K, almost 25K. Let's see, that's much closer to Victory Saber than any of us, I think, anticipated. Let's take a refresh here. Yeah, 24,970. Let me put that in. 4. Bah. 24970. Yeah. Okay. And that's where it's currently sitting at. Want to keep that in frame. Make that above my head. Okay, so, yeah. Currently sitting at 24,970, which is, of course, 227% of the base goal, 178% of the first stretch, 146% of the second stretch goal. So that's impressive. Let's leave Victory Saber up here. Yes, it only got 126,000 backers and some change, so we're really close. Just see how we can get. So, Haslab, as you can see, let me go back to the sheet for a bit. Haslab's had a bit of a rocky history the last year. After Victory Saber, it was really, for a while, Cookie Monster was the only failure, and Cookie Monster was an outlier. That thing did terribly. It did so terribly they erased it from their website, and it's never been mentioned since. But they had a string of successes. Unicron, of course, was on the fence, but Sentinel, Hero Quest, Razor Crest, Galactus, and Victory Saber all did well. But then Star Wars happened. The Black Series Rancor was the second project to fail, and the first, I think, of its scope to fail, and that was considered really bad that was an embarrassing flop by Hasbro standards, because it should have done. It was doing well. It peaked at just under the number it needed. But anyway, after that failed, the Rancor failed. Another Star Wars project failed earlier this year. The Lightsaber did terribly as well. The Instant of Vengeance from just a month ago, or I guess 2 months ago now. Well, September was almost 3 months. Was 3 months ago. Time flies, man. Anyway, the Engine of Vengeance flopped. Hero Escape flopped, and so they had a string of flops. So that's a lot. That's a loss for Marvel, 2 losses for Star Wars, and a loss for tabletop. It's been a rocky year. On the other hand, G.I. Joe has had two victories, and I'm very surprised at that. I'm happy for the Joe fans, and Transformers is of course 3 for 3 with victory with Deathsaurus here. So let's come back to Deathsaurus' page. Let's see where he's at. Let me promote myself in some places. 24,981. Yeah, it's gonna load. I feel like I should have some music, but I don't know what to play. If I play Transformers music, that'll instantly get me zucked. So, you just get me talking, I guess. Sorry. I'm trying to share this to a group. I won't let me. After 24,981. I don't think we're going to pass Victory Saber. I really don't. I'd be real surprised if we do, but we're already closer than I thought we would be, so that's good. God, we've got like 6,000 backers just today. That's really good. Oh, there we go. Share a group. So, and this thing's decked out. And it's got both the chest masters. It's got chrome detailing. It's got a huge ass sword, huge ass gun. He turns into a space dinosaur, space chicken, which you can see here. He's super cool. So I can't wait to get this guy in a year. Both masters he's got the Eagle Breast and Tiger Breast. Tiger Breast becomes a bow and arrow. Eagle Breast becomes a gun. Is that this picture? I don't know. Of course, the tail becomes a shield on his shoulder. That's pretty cool. And he's got those enormous wings in the back. That's the most iconic part. Um, while this isn't especially relevant, Deathsaurus here did get an interesting portrayal in the IDW comics. He was still a villain, but he was the leader of a colony of, you know, I don't remember what planet it was, but he was a noble leader, which I don't know how that reflects on his Japanese character. Um, I imagine it was much more close than Star Saber was, but the religious zealot. But yeah, it was an interesting portrayal. I need to read more of the IDW run he was in. He didn't do a lot, from what I saw. Down the. And I start to edit. I got too many groups to share this to. But yeah. I think it's time for a refresh here. What are we up to now? How many backers we got? $24,998. 2 more till it gets 25,000. So let's mark that. 24998. Alright, it's looking real good. Looking real sexy. I wish I could like do this in live, but whatever. I'll just refresh it every couple minutes here and we'll see where it's at. It's gonna be fun. Hope I'm live. My microphone should be working. Let me know if it's not. Excuse me, it's late. So, I guess I'll talk about Haslab a little bit more while we wait. So Haslab, if you're not familiar, is the Hasbro's crowdfunding platform for mega projects. Kicked off with what else but Star Wars. The Kitana, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I've never heard it spoken. Kitana, Jabba's sail barge from Return of the Jedi. It's a huge play set in 3 3/4 inch scale. For the vintage collection. Things like 3 feet long, 4 feet long. I don't know. It's huge. 5 feet long. I don't think it was 5 feet, but it was huge. And it cost a pretty penny. And that was the only Haslab project for 2 years. It finally shipped, and then they, that was kind of the proof of concept. Then they launched Cookie Monster and Unicron back to back. Cookie Monster, like I said earlier, was a colossal failure. Unicron was not doing too hot. They eventually had to extend it because the color the color samples weren't ready in time. It was like 5 days left to go, and they finally had the color samples ready to incentivize people. So they gave it an extension, and at that extension, it barely squeaked by. And then once it was funded, it started to surge. Every project gets a last-minute surge in viewers, or not in viewers, in pledges. But Unicron really came down to the wire, and I think even Victory Saber last year was cutting it kind of close. I think it got funded like with less than a week to go. And then, throughout the week it hit the next 3 stretch goals. The Deathsaurus here, of the 3 Transformers projects, was the fastest to fund. It had it was like 2 weeks to go when it got its 11,000. I just assume there's more confidence based on the previous two projects, even though Victory Saber hadn't shipped out quite yet. It is currently shipping out, but just there's more confidence in the project, and so even now it's still getting backers. Let's take a refresh here. But anyway, after Unicron in 2019, they started coming quicker. So they had a Marvel project and another Star Wars project. The Marvel Sentinel from X-Men, and the Star Wars Mandalorian ship. I forget the name. Mandalorian ship from the Mandalorian. That should be turned on. Is my chatbot not working? Let me. Well, maybe people are trying to talk and I'm not seeing it. Let me close my chatbot and reopen it. Thanks, Restream. You're being really helpful. This is. I apologize for the slapdash nature of this. I live on the last minute. That's just where I am. So, we're at 25,019, and we've got 19 minutes to go now. I'm gonna try and get my chatbot back up so I can actually read off some comments, because I'm getting comments. They're just not pulling through. Because why should that happen? Okay, let me take a look at what's being said. Let me see if I can. I know I can embed it. Let me just copy it. Should I have a? I do have a restream. Yeah. Copy it over. There. And put those over. Yeah, there's fine. Okay. Let's try that. Of course, I think those are the old comments, but it's something. Let me take a quick peek here at my comments, at my live feed.
Verdict scribe. Why is it Deathsaurus and not Deathsaurus?
Japan. In Japan, his name is pronounced Deathsaurus, and so Deathsaurus would be much more clunky and not as fun to say than Deathsaurus. So that's why. Also, Deathsaurus doesn't sound like a very... It sounds just a little less imposing, in my opinion, even in English. Deathsaurus. I don't know. Deathsaurus just... It fits, you know? It fits in my book. Let's see what I got here. That's not what I meant to do. I'm trying to full screen this.
Verdict scribe. Leave it to the Japanese to be logical.
I mean, they aren't always, but in that instance. There we go. Okay. I see I got some comments on Twitch. Unicron was a huge ask. Yes, it was. I agree. Restream works best when it works. Yes, that is also true. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, folks. I didn't realize I was getting comments. My restream chat is a pain in the ass sometimes, but I got it working now. So, any comments I may have missed, let me see if I can head over to Twitch and catch them. By the way, Vertex, you were asking about a colony of what? What was I saying something? I'm sorry. I don't know what that was in response to. I think it's time for a refresh. Oh, you know what I can do? I can pull up it on my comments on my phone here. Live from New York, it is me. Whatever. Okay, yeah, this is not going to show me comments. So yeah, any comments I may have missed, I do apologize. Feel free to repeat them. And we're at 25,039, so it's not, it's climbing, but it may or may not break 25 or 26,000. I don't think it will. 25039. This is my fancy spreadsheet. I wonder if I can do a split view. I haven't got it set to do that. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, so it's gonna. Let me.
Got back from watching Violent Night.
I need to
feel good movie for the whole family.
I need to see that.
The whole family can watch R-rated movies.
Which they sometimes cannot. But there, now I've got it split. I might switch that around. I don't know. What do you think? Should I do this layout or the other layout? Well, you can't see this. I'm sorry. Should I do this layout or should I switch the two windows? What do you think? I'm open to suggestions. In the meantime, let me come here. I need to see Violent Night.
Verdict scribe. I can't read your spreadsheet from my phone.
That's fair. Well, I can't read your phone from my spreadsheet, so we're even. It is kind of small. It's really meant to be seen only from desktop. Let's see if I can. I can't really zoom it in. Oh, there we go. 20% zoom. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Start date, end date. Most of that information is irrelevant. They're all about the same duration. Here's the relevant portion. Here's all the campaigns thus far. This should be a little more legible. Here's all the campaigns thus far. Here's Deathsaurus.
Verdict scribe. I can read that.
I should hope so. All right. Now, and actually added a new column here just the other day, which is early bird, because a couple of their projects have had early bird incentives. They tried that. The Hiss Tank and the Engine of Vengeance both tried that. The Engine of Vengeance, of course, flopped, and so I think there's a big contribution to it flopping, but also there's a lot. I can talk about that. That's a whole other video, whole other conversation about why that thing flopped. But they tried off an early bird with the Hiss Tank, and it worked. And then an early bird, if you back it in the first week for the Engine of Vengeance, and that didn't meet its goal, and so the whole project tanked after that because people wanted that Robbie Reyes figure. They didn't get it. Early bird in this case is like it's an extra figure that they will pack in if the project meets its funding goal in the first week. Usually is the turnaround time. I said only those two projects have done it so far. We'll see if they do it with any future ones. They were smart not to do it with Deathsaurus. because it's kind of a double-edged sword. If you make it a really juicy incentive and then it doesn't make, just doesn't have the demand, then people get upset and they cancel their pledges, which is what happens to Engine of Vengeance. So I think they're better off unless it's something they know can make it in like the first week, like the Proton Pack from Ghostbusters. Premier example. That thing funded in like one day, I think. The Ghostbusters fandom does not fuck around. So yeah, that was a good one. And this time last year was fun. Watching the Sky Striker, Proton Pack, and Rancor all end within like a week of each other. Rancor failed, the other two succeeded. I did not expect Sky Striker to pass, but it did. Probably because Rancor failed. But yeah. Haslab's been an interesting journey these last couple of years. I'm glad I put together this spreadsheet just to track these projects. So if you notice as I scroll across with these stretch goals, one just keeps going and going and going. That is Hero Quest. That was a board game, and that was not purely pledges. That was more of a fundraiser, I would call it, because there's a couple different tiers you could pledge at, $50 or $100 or whatever, and it had a financial goal rather than a numerical goal. And then every $200, $2,000, every $2,000, they had another, $200,000, I guess, rather. They had another unlock, just like another figure or something for that board game, I don't know. I'm glad that worked out for them. Hero Quest had no such luck. Not Hero Quest, Hero Escape. The names are too similar, I'm sorry. Too many heroes. We got 8 minutes to go on Deathsaurus here, so let's see where we're at. $25,083, 25083. Yeah, we're not breaking 26,000. I'm gonna call final tally 25,150. And of course, it's not over when it's over, because they still have to actually, it'll fluctuate for a few days. When they go to start charging people, sometimes people's payments won't process and they'll drop out, but they've got plenty of wiggle room for that. But I've seen it with the other projects. Once they complete funding, they fluctuate a bit for a few days. And that's interesting. Let's change the picture here. There's Deathsaurus in his alternate mode. Death Chicken, unofficial name, fandom name, I don't know. He's designed by famous Transformers designer Hisashi Yuki, who designed the original back in 1989. And he got the chance to design Victory Saber and Deathsaurus for the Haslab. He also designed the masterpiece Star Saber back in 2012, 2013. Do a duo here real quick. D's Nutsaurus. I'm gonna put my phone in front of me, do a quick Duolingo lesson so I can get my chest for the morning. Can't listen.
Verdict scribe. Desugasaurus.
What did you call me? Desusaurus. Desu. Yeah, his Japanese name is Desusaurus, commonly rendered as Desaurus, for retail products, because they don't want to call it. They don't want to use the word death, because they're cowards. Of course, to be fair, his last toy didn't look anything like him. It's a retool of Skylynx with a new head. And yeah, if you know what Skylynx looks like, they look nothing alike. I will show you what Skylynx looks like. Skylynx. So I'm trying to do two things at once here. Roku. Okay, 5 minutes to go here. Let's see what we got. My prediction is 25,150. 25,108. 5 minutes to go. $25,108. Percentages don't really matter at this point, but it's just a nice tally there. How much of the percentage, what percentage of that gold it's got.
SKYLYNX sounds like a fairy helicopter toy.
This is Skylynx. He's a combination of a space shuttle and a space shuttle platform, and his nickname is Commander Modesty because he is very boastful. And yeah, the last Deathsaurus toy was a retool of him with a new head. Yeah, even for alt mode, it just didn't work. So yeah, I'm glad we're getting this. Need to finish this. I'm trying to do so many things at once here.
StephenCom000. Star Saber before Firebird and Great Shot, the first Transformer to have chest symbol before Yusha Brave. Isn't he lead ancestor to the Braves? I know Transformers and Brave are not same universe but made by Takara back then.
Yeah, Star Saber. Yeah, Transformers Victory was like the immediate predecessor.
Verdict scribe. Skylynx sounds like something Elon Musk would have tried to invent.
Yeah, Transformers Victory aired in 1989. The first Brave series aired the immediate year after, 1990, X Kaiser, and then Firebird was the second. I got a Firebird. Burning Firebird, Firebird, Firebird. Anyway, yeah, you can definitely see a lot of the Transformers influence in Brave and vice versa. It started as early as Headmasters in '87, but okay, there we go. So you need to get that. Not getting my duo goals today. But I hadn't done today? Shit. I guess I didn't do this morning. Whoops. Oh well. Anyway. Never mind then. Almost lost my streak. Okay, we got 2 minutes to go here. 25,108. 25,138. My prediction is looking pretty good. I said 25,150. 25,138. 2 minutes to go. So, anyway, yeah. Stephen Kang.
Space Police Policeman. At Verdict Scribe LOL.
But yeah. Brave series, the Yusha series, direct successor to Transformers, made by Takara.
I wonder if someone has repainted a Pontiac Trans Am to look like a Firebird.
Maybe they have. And the Deathsaurus toy was actually used in one of the Brave series. I forget which one. Retooled into something. And in fact, the villains of X Kaiser were retools of the Dinobots. It's a whole thing. They shared a lot of DNA. Of course, the hero robots were always new sculpts, but some of the secondary robots were retools. And the villains were often retools. And they shared a lot of design elements. But yeah, if you watch this, for example... Oh, it's midnight. It is over. Let's see what we got. If you watch Fortress Maximus' transformation from the Headmasters anime, then it's still letting me purchase. Maybe Haslab's a minute behind. I agree. Maybe not. Because like it's at 25,160, so it's just slightly off. Funding completed. There we go. 25163. Final-ish tally.
Verdicts scribe. Time. This game's winner is the people who spent $180.
You're goddamn right. I bought 3. One's for Space Police Policeman. One is for me, and one is to sell. Because this thing's going to go for a pretty penny on the aftermarket. So yeah, I could probably make my money back just selling it. I did the same thing for Victory Saber. I've got 2 on the way. One for me, and one to resell in a year or so. Maybe longer. Just depends. Unicron's going for a Unicron was $600, and he's going for $1,500 to $1,000 to $2,000 now, I think, on the aftermarket from FOMO. Not even FOMO, people who did miss out. So, yeah. All right. So, Victory Saber. Damn it. Deathsaurus is completed with 25,163 backers. Again, that may shrink a little bit over the next day or two when they go to actually charge people's cards and they decline. But it's well over where it needs to be. Let's see if I refresh it, what's going to happen. 25163, probably nothing right now. Yeah, so it's going to stay there for now. But yeah, in celebration of this achievement, let's watch an episode of Transformers Victory as we close out today. Let me just...
Space Police Policeman. Now, please don't let Lyle Kaiser be a Haslab.
Yeah, I don't know. Lyle Kaiser. I mean, they said the next Haslab's not going to be from Victory, or I think they said not even Japanese. I don't know. I forget what they said. They also said it wouldn't be Optimus Prime. And it said Gun Megatron is just off the table, period. Unfortunately. So, whatever it is, it's going to be something more. They said it'll be more commemorative of the 40th anniversary of the brand. So, I wonder. I could maybe see it being a redo of Devastator. That's a thought. I hope it's not that. There could be, there's a lot of things that could be. But as far as big things, that could be a Haslab project for the 40th anniversary of Transformers G1. That could be several things. I don't even want to speculate. I probably wouldn't have predicted Star Saber. Deathsaurus was predictable. Star Saber initially was not, although it makes sense. Unicron makes sense as one. We'll see what they do. We'll find out probably about a year from now. They're just doing one a year. Every brand seems to do one per year. That seems to be the pattern. We'll check the dates here again. Sort by... Yeah.
Space Police Policeman. LMAO, watch them do Metroplex.
Oh, good lord. A Titan class, I mean, it's smaller than Unicron, but good lord, they probably wouldn't they? I could see that being a thing, because drilling 30 Metroplex is hugely sought after now, even if he's not a great toy. I missed out on him. That's not a terrible idea. Or it could be like it could be a play set, like an ARC play set. And I know they just did the Ark as last year's Titan class, but maybe a different version of the Ark or the Nemesis. I don't know. They could do that. Just maybe just a base play set that's not even the shuttle, just the interior.
Space policeman. Oh, the Nemesis. Space policeman. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility. They could just do the
Scribe.
stars. Yeah. So anyway, I was sorting these by brand, and then I'm going to sort them again by
Space policeman. Or they could be Autobot shuttles from TF the movie.
possibly.
Space policeman. Or Autobot City.
But yeah, so here's a look at the history of the Haslab project. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. HeroQuest, G.I. Joe. So yeah, by brand, G.I. Joe's 2 projects. Yeah, 1 per year. HeroQuest is its own thing, although you could classify it as board game, in which case they did them 2 years apart. That and...
Verdict's Scribe. Bless thee.
Thank you. Marvel's had 3 projects, 1 per year. What the heck? Yeah, 3 projects there, 1 per year. Almost to the year. July 2020, July 2021, and September 2022. Star Wars has had 4. Of course, those last 2 failed. Star Wars has been a little more unpredictable, I'd say, as far as timing. But yeah. Then of course, Transformers has had its 3. 1 in 2019, 1 in 2021, 1 in 2022. So yeah. We'll get another Haslab project probably next year. They said they're going to do one. They're working on one. They're not... Well, they probably know what it is. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. What was that ping? What just pinged? I don't even know what pinged. Oh, it's maybe that. Still streaming. Whatever. Okay, so yeah. Let me refresh this just to see if the numbers have adjusted any. Probably haven't. We're now 8 minutes post. Yeah, 25163 is holding steady, so yeah, we'll see where it goes in the next couple days. I remember this time last year when Rancor ended, last December, it was dropping. It was crazy. The last, after it closed, it dropped overnight, then to like 45 before eventually they went back out to the final tally of, what was Rancor's final tally? 85.33 out of 9,000. Shame. But yeah, history of Haslab has been very, very fraught. Very interesting just to look at, I guess, I would say. Sort by... Alright, back by chronological date. The major outlier as far as dates go, of course, is Unicron there, which I mentioned earlier, got an extension, because it wasn't ready, so they asked people were like, please, give us more time, and so they did. It was a bad time. Putting these quite so close to the end of the year is a bit of a push, but I think it worked out for Victory Deathsaurus here. My card will be charged, I guess, tomorrow or the next couple days. And then in a year, in probably early 2024, I will have a Deathsaurus for you to show. Let me see if it says anything about estimated. It doesn't seem to. Project will begin shipping around fall 2023. Huh, that's very ambitious. That's less than a year turnaround. But yeah, so that's Deathsaurus. In celebration of this achievement, let us watch one episode of Transformers Victory. Let me get that prepared. Where do I want to stick it? I'll put it here. I'm sure this looks very exciting. So this driver's on the other drive. I think it's on the other drive. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Transformers Victory Episode 1. And let me pull up my laptop so I have a way to watch it without... I'm good at words. Okay, cool. 1 minute here. We're gonna watch one episode of Victory to close out our stream here. I'm just getting my laptop ready so I can watch it without... Well, anyway, you'll understand. So bear with me for just a moment. I just want to watch it on the stream with everybody, because somehow I've never actually watched this. That's embarrassing. That's bad for me. Not embarrassing. I don't know. Embarrassing is the wrong word. I should have seen it, but I haven't. Believe it or not, I haven't seen everything Transformers. There's a lot. There's a lot. You can close. Come on. My laptop's being stubborn.
Verdict scribe. Blasphemy.
I know. What's that? Alright, got my stream up here. Alright, here we go. We're going to watch Transformers Victory Episode 1. Thank you everybody for coming out. I'll do a little closeout after this is done. But for now, let's say go!
宇宙の勇者スターセイバー。
ゴッド人類たちに地球から追い出されたデストロンは新たな本拠地となる星を求めて宇宙の各地に出没し侵略を続けていた。こうした動きに対し平和を愛するサイバトロンは同じく平和と正義を愛する宇宙のさまざまな生命体と手を結び宇宙平和連合を組織、地球もその一員に加わった。さらに凶悪なデストロンに対するため宇宙防衛軍を結成、その本部を地球から離れた V 惑星に置いた。そしてその司令官に任命されたのがサイバトロン最強の戦士スターセイバーであった。
野郎ども遅れるな。
いや遅れそう。待って。
いいか、俺たちの狙いは月面基地のエネルギーをかっぱらって持ち帰ることだ。分かってんな。そしてリーダーは俺だ。分かってんな。行くぞ、遅れるな。
また遅れそう。待って。
総司令官、地球人のいる月面基地からデストロンが現れたと救援要請が今入りました。
月に
デスザラスの恐竜戦隊と思われます。
銀河第一方面軍に連絡。緊急出動指令。
了解。
ゴッド人類、もっとゆっくりしていけよ。
いや、そうもいかんよ。お互い防衛範囲は違っても司令官のみのんびりはできんな。
正確には今日から俺は第一方面軍の副官だ。
ああ、そうだったな。しかしスターセーバーが自ら出向いてきて指揮を取るということは、
デスザラスが俺たちの庭に出没したからだ。
今デストロンでマークしなければならないのは破壊大帝と呼ばれるデスザラスだからな。
同感だな。
ホーリー、急げ。早すぎるよじゃおっと。
どうしたんだ慌てて。
デストロンに月が現れました。
何言った。
バカ、逆だよ逆。いや失礼いたしました。月面基地にデストロンの恐竜戦隊が現れました。
総司令官から直ちに出動せよとの指令が入りました。
分かった。ラスターとブレーバーに知らせてくれ。
はい、わかりましたです。
ゴッド人類、いずれまた。
陣雷司令官、帰るの？
私の受け持つ第二方面軍にも強敵がいるんでな。 転送スタンバイ。ポートへ転送。
総司令官も V 惑星から月面基地へ向かってるそうです。
総司令官が来てくれればデスザラスなんて目じゃないさな。
でもかなり手強いって噂だぜ。
ホーリーより弱いデストロンなんて一人もいないよ。
その反重力ポート誰が作ってやったと思ってんだ。バカにすんならこら。
冗談だよ、そう怒るなよ。
にははは分かってるって。
そう派手に暴れてるぜ。
誰かさんとそっくり。
よせよ、デストロンと一緒にするのは。
トランスアウト。トランスアウト。トランスアウト。焼け。バカタリ、そんな銃で奴らを倒せると思ってるのか。
すんません、ほんとこれに。
ラッカー、このままじゃ地球人は皆殺しにされるぞ。ブレイバー、こいつらは俺とラスターが引き受ける。月面基地の方を頼む。
それしかないようだな。
ブレイバー、お前ごときに邪魔はさせん。
何？
くそ、相手が多すぎる。
どうすればいいんだ。
どうするったって。
総司令官、早く早く。
ここは私たちに。ラッシュタッカー、マッハタックル、地球人を避難させろ。マルチアウト。マルチアウト。緊急脱出です。シャトル乗り場へ急いでください。
所長、全員シャトル乗り場へ移りました。我々も脱出しましょう。
よし。社長、スターセーバーです。
彼が来たらもう安心だ。
トランスフォーム。デスザラス、生きてたかスターセイバー。絶対に俺の邪魔はさせん。
総司令官を足止めしてる。
なんでこんな時に。
どうしよう。
そうだ、総司令官、月面基地へ急いで。ブラッカーたちがやられそうだよ。
この勝負一時預ける。ブレーバーがいれば合体できるんだが。
俺たちを甘く見るなよ。
司令官、ブラッカー、ラスター、ここは私に任せて生存者をギャラクシーシャトル基地に避難させろ。了解。
こら、何をビビってんだ。数はこっちの方が多いんだ。賛成もできねえのかい。
本当だ、隊長の言う通りだ。
だったら倒せ。
隊長先に。
こういう時は部下からやるもんで。
隊長を差し置いてそんな出過ぎたまねは。
どいつもこいつも。今だ、行け。情けなくって涙が出るぜ。次は俺の出番だな。
全員ギャラクシーシャトルへ誘導しろ。総司令官の命令だ。
OK、 あとはよろしく。
奴らの狙いはここのエネルギーだ。
よし、俺たちはエネルギーブロックを守ろう。
デスザラス隊で。
わしが相手だ。
私は逃げも隠れもせん。
貴様の出現は今やデストロンのトップはこのわしだと認めたこと。だが二度と姿を見せるな。
私が司令官に任命された以上、地球には一歩たりとも入れん。
強がりも今のうち食らえ。ブレストアタック。ブレストチェンジ。
口ほどでもないな、デスザラス。お返しをさせてもらう。 はもう一度暗黒星雲に閉じ込めてやる。ふわっ
貴様はいつか必ず倒す。
やめだ。
待って
おうジャン。
そうしれっか。
ジャン元気そうだな。あ
会えて嬉しいよ、スターセイバ
あ私もだ。
ー。ねえ、これからはずっと僕のそばにいてくれるんでしょ？
もちろん。
やった
美しい星だ。宇宙広しといえども、あのような美しい星はそうあるものではない。地球はこの私が絶対に守ってみせる。宇宙エリアで被害に遭った人々を送り届けるため、私たちは地球へ向かった。しかしその前に立ちふさがる恐竜戦隊によって苦戦を強いられる。次回トランスフォーマービクトリー奇襲大ノッキング。さあ君も一緒にレッツセイゴー。
Also have the mic on, put my camera on. Where did I put my webcam? There we go. Okay, so welcome back to me. Hope you enjoyed episode 1 of Transformers Victory. If you have access, oh, wait, to mute this. If you have access to my Plex, it's on there. If you don't, sorry, it's out there. It's available on DVD from Shout Factory. Should be worth checking out. But yeah, so let's look at Star Saber one more time, or Deathsaurus one more time here. I don't think his number's gonna change, but it's worth looking into. 251 69. Nice. Yep, got a couple more. I'm gonna make a note of that. put it above my face. Yeah, there we go. No, one more. Yeah. 25,169 backers. Probably going to fluctuate a little bit more, as I said, over the next few days, as I've been saying. So we'll know the final total in like a couple weeks. Nice indeed. Do I have any thoughts? I'm glad this came out. Glad this funded. It was never really in doubt for me. Nothing compared to Victory Saber 26-11 versus 25-169. Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting this guy. He's gonna be absolutely huge. I have no idea where I'm gonna put him. I have no idea where I'm gonna put Star Saber when he gets here. My shelf is full. Like I need to like. I don't even know where I'm gonna put the rest of the Dinobots. I've got more toys than I know what to do with. It's a good problem to have. I need to get more shelving. I've been saying that. I got room over here. I got room over there. I need to get some more shelves. But either way, sorry for yawning. Either way, looking forward to getting Victory Saber in hand, and looking forward to getting Deathsaurus here in a year, so they can square off. Maybe I'll build a Victory collection. Maybe I'll just leave it at those two. Who knows? I know there is a Dino. Well, we don't know there's a Dino King, but there is a Dinobot Combiner coming next year in Legacy Evolution, which is clearly going to be retooled into Dino King, so that'll be fun. And so that'll be worth picking up. That'll be like $60 all told, or 66 with the price of Legends nowadays. There I go, yawning again. My apologies. Time to buy a new shelf. Time to buy lots of new shelves. I've been meaning to, but anyway. Maybe I'll slow down my spending. Because I need to be planning to move out next year. So yeah. I'm glad Victory or the Deathsaurus is doing the numbers that he is doing, and did the numbers he's did. I look forward to the 20th anniversary project, 40th anniversary project, and next year I assume, whatever it may be. It might be late. Might be late or early 2024. Who knows? Because that'd be the actual anniversary. But they might do late 23 or even mid 23, just so that it can come out in time for the anniversary. Whatever happens, I will report on it in my own way. I'll post pictures of Victory Saber when that gets here, and look forward to the crossover of Transformers Victory and Transformers V and Sailor V that I'm sure someone is fan fiction. I am sure it exists. Until then, if you're new here, I do streams every Friday and Saturday and every other Sunday. Although I may not be doing a stream we'll see. Because I'm going to a LAN party this Friday. I totally forgot about that. I've got a LAN party this Friday, so I might host Free Play Friday from there. And then Saturday, of course, is Snap Together Saturday. Sunday is movie night. We'll be watching the Tropical Rouge Precure movie. So yeah, we'll see what happens. If I do Free Play Friday, I may or may not do more Doki Doki Literature Club. Depends on the atmosphere. Because I don't want to be, because you have to read that game. So it's one thing to play it yourself and reading it in your head, but like if I'm streaming it, I basically have to be reading it aloud. So yeah, I can't, because otherwise I really can't guarantee where the audience is at. But we'll see what happens. I may try something else. I still haven't tried to play Batman again. I need to try to play Batman again, but I'm getting off track. one way or another, Free Play Friday this Friday, most likely. Snap Together Saturday. On Saturday, not sure what I'm going to build. I've got options. Not pictured. Options. And Precure on Sunday. 2023, we start watching Kamen Rider Blade. And yeah, who knows what the future holds. Thank you for thank you for joining me in this broadcast. It's been fun to look at Deathsaurus' final countdown, and I look forward to having it in hand. Stay sexy, everybody. Have a great night.